So what was it like from your senior year at UH? Did you know that you were going to get offers to play professionally, or how did that play out?
Yeah, it was all new to me, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of guys that grow up watching professional volleyball, and for all the viewers, like, it's huge in Europe. Like, anywhere but America, really, it's massive. Like, it is like the second or third biggest sport in Europe, Asia, and there's pro leagues literally in like every country. So that was something that also I didn't really know at the time. And you need help, right? You need help. Obviously, Milan Zarkovic is an amazing contact, an amazing friend of mine. He's from Serbia. He has really good connections because he coached the junior national team in Serbia. So he knows that whole kind of community. I was very fortunate to have him, and he helped me out. It happened really fast. It wasn't as stressful for me. A lot of guys, it's different because you have to find an agent. Like, there's so many leagues, so many teams, so many different languages. You need an agent to like know anything and to get in, basically. And I was very fortunate because Milan had contacts. A lot of people came to see the NCAA tournament, and we were fortunate to be in the semifinals. And we lost that night against Ohio State. We had an amazing run. We were plagued with injuries. Both of our middles one had a broken ankle that he's playing on, and another one had a sprained ankle. And so I ended up losing. I ended up meeting an agent from Italy that night in the locker room, along with another teammate of mine. And I signed that night. He found an Italian team in like a month or two, and it's like, Italy's like one of the top leagues in the world. We have to take this. So I didn't really look at any other offers for other teams. I signed right away for 2 years in Sora. So very fortunate to have those kind of connections, and because it doesn't happen that easy for everyone, but definitely wanting an agent, definitely getting an agent, looking at teams, looking at the towns, the lifestyle, coaches, and trying to pick out the best fit for you definitely is what you need to do if you want to play professional volleyball.
So that's interesting. Like, I didn't realize that almost every country has their own league. That's something that you told me about.
It's pretty crazy.
And I mean, for the most part, majority of these are pretty competitive.
I know Italy. I've only played in Italy, so I can only speak from personal experience, but definitely Italy, Poland, Russia, top leagues. Germany and France are very good leagues as well. But there's leagues, Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Portugal, Spain, everywhere. So like, not all of them are as wealthy as the other, but there's leagues everywhere, and everyone can play everywhere. I have friends in multiple different countries. So it's really cool.
So after you signed and everything, what was that transition like? And for most listeners, even I kind of didn't know exactly. The season is when to when overseas?
You get there kind of August, but it's probably September to May. 7 or 8 months. The last month is usually playoffs, and there's even a Champions League. So like the top 2 or 3 teams from each league are in the Champions League, and you travel to each country. Other countries to play them as well, and to win like a Champions League, kind of like soccer as well. So it's very competitive.
So it's a super long season. About how many games are you guys playing in a season, regular season?
For us, I think there's only 14 teams. So we're 13. So we play 26 games. 13
twice.
We play at their gym, then our gym. But it's not like high school. We play only once a week.
Got it.
On Sundays. But if you're in Champions League, I was never in it, but like my cousin, you're playing sometimes twice a week. And traveling to different countries. So that's a little more harder schedule for sure.
That's interesting. So,
but that's a great experience.
It's not as compact like how college is. You guys are playing 3-4 game series every weekend. You don't have school. And I mean, now you got to see like, full time, I'm dedicating all my time to volleyball and stuff. Just give us a little bit feel of what that transition was like, and what it was like to get used to, I guess, playing volleyball professionally.
So it's different. Like the lifestyle is different. coaching philosophies are different, right? Also, there's a language barrier.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm not perfect in my Italian, but you need to try and communicate as well with your teammates and your coaches. Most of the people speak English.
Okay.
But for me, my daily lifestyle is like weights.
Okay.
Twice a week or morning practice from like 9 or 10 for like an hour and a half.
Okay.
And then we have the whole day and then practice at like 6.
Oh.
So for us it's 6, other teams like maybe 4 normal time, which I would like more. But in Italy they have like siesta and their lunches are like 2 and their dinners are like 8. So that's adjustment too.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of free time, and it's just kind of trying to find out to be productive when you're not playing volleyball, because you need something to take your mind off.
Yeah.
Volleyball, you can't always be thinking about volleyball, but you don't have enough free time to like go travel the country, right? So everyone will be like, "Oh, have you visited this city?" Like, no, I don't have time to do that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an adjustment. Just obviously for me, I've lived on my own, but I've never lived away from home. And different city, different language, different culture, different everything. And Sora's a small town, like 20,000 people. Not a lot of people speak English. So it was definitely a change, definitely an adjustment for me, and just something to get used to. And volleyball wise, it's important if anyone's going over pro, to everyone's first year is gonna be hard. Like it's hard. It's an adjustment, right?
Yes.
It's an adjustment, and especially if you're in a smaller team, because winning solves everything. If we're being honest, you know, and money wins in these leagues. But it's just about what's different than college. And what I love about college is that it's a team. It's all about the purity of like having a team and being together. But in pro, like, you're getting paid, there's money involved, so you need to do your job.
Yes.
And what you're being paid for needs to be, you need to be doing that. So it's a little more like, I need to focus on myself more. I need to do what's in my control. I need to make sure I go in to get these extra reps, because I need that to perform in these practices and these games. So it's a lot about stuff that you learn in college, that like, I need to do these strength exercises that I learned in college, or these flexibility exercises that really help me, or do these extra reps that really help me in practice, because I need to be able to perform to get paid. So it's a different aspect of the game.
And unfortunately, that's the side that most fans, I guess, don't take into consideration. Any professional sport, it's truly a business now. You have a job, they're investing in you, you know, there's certain expectations, and you have to do all of the things to make sure that you can perform at that high level. And I think for you, it's good that you had all these experiences to kind of prepare you in that fashion to be able to troubleshoot things and get ready and prep and everything for games. Also that, like you said, the language barrier and just learning the new culture and all of these kind of things. One of the questions that I had is, how many foreigners are actually on your team, or typically on the team?
Usually we have a team roster of like 13 or 14, and half are foreigners.
Got it.
Italy's a little different because we have an Italian rule that 3 Italians need to be on the court at all times. So you need to have a lot of Italians on each team, which is smart for the league. Right? But not all leagues have that. So our team is like half foreigners. So I had teammates from like Serbia, Bulgaria, Brazil, Colombia, obviously Italy and France, everywhere. So
how does that play on the court? I mean, obviously you have to communicate just enough, but has that been something that you're thinking, I'm not only focusing on volleyball now, but I gotta focus on communicating to my teammate that doesn't speak English? I mean, it's hard because everyone normally speaks English, but there's always like, my first year, my libero didn't know a lick of English, I didn't know a lick of Italian. So I would say something like, I try to say something in Italian, but then he's like, you know, it's just a lack of communication. So it's very important. My setter wasn't the best at English my second year, but man, you just figure it out. In volleyball, you kind of pick up the volleyball terms easier because you're saying it all the time. So that's important. But then it's cool because, well, 2 things are cool. One, everyone's like speaking in their own language, like they'll make a mistake and they're like cursing in like their language. So that's pretty cool. The second part is like, we've only grown up in America.
right? We've only played volleyball in America our whole life, and we've only seen one style of volleyball. And America's style is very powerful, but very technical as well. But others are very different. Like I had Brazilian players, and there's a lot more finesse in their game, a lot more power, a lot more using the block, a lot more of all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
A lot more technical. And then other guys are a lot more powerful. Our Serbian opposite was the leading scorer in the league for 2 years, and just watching him work. But then everyone has a different style, so that's kind of cool because you can implement that in your game. Like, oh, I like that. I could use that. So that's also really interesting. As well. Because you're not exposed to that in America.
Yes, that's true. And that's one of the things that you can't, nothing can prep you for that. You just got to be put in those situations. Yeah.